I think generally we would say that we're quite surprised on the upside as to how quickly things let up, the rents that you achieve and how little incentives you're generally having to give away. I think, the point about understanding a tenant is really important. I think that, there's clearly to the fintech tenants who want a completely different type of building, different lease structure, just a completely different environment in terms of what they're producing for their employees. A lot of the services they give in these offices are instead of being paid very well, but it's a very type of trendy location. The type of people that may move out of London, I disagree. I see figures of 10,000 people moving from London to some other place. I think there will be trends. There'll be the head of a department may go to Frankfurt if there's a piece of business that really needs to be done in Germany that can't be done in UK because it's Euro bond trading or whatever. They'll then recruit locally from that team. And I don't think you're going to hear lots of people in London say, I've just been posted to Frankfurt. There will be the odd few. There might be the odd few. But actually this is a really marginal trend over 10 or 15 years where people have a slightly larger team within the EU environment rather than outside London. With one exception, and that's probably Luxembourg, where we ended up doing quite a lot of business over the last 18 months. There's been, I think, the trend of perhaps putting a fund manager in Luxembourg that we have seen over the last year. That's partly maybe because of Brexit concerns, but also because actually a whole lot of tax issues are focusing on Luxembourg. So everybody is increasing their presence. So you perhaps had 4 or 5 people in a small office in Luxembourg, perhaps associated with some fund management industry. That office now will invariably be 8 or 10. You do that across the whole market. You then put the big occupiers in Luxembourg who are, the PwCs, the accountants. Those guys are growing at huge rates because of the regulatory issues and the amount of type of advisory work there is across Europe. And that's having a really dramatic impact in small markets. And I think there is definitely a Brexit effect there, coupled with the whole establishment of greater presence because of tax, the way that the tax world is going globally.